A big time recruit committed yesterday. Jalil Bethea has committed to Miami. He is hurricane bound. He is the highest rated recruit in the history of Miami basketball to commit to Miami. 7th national ranked prospect, 5-star, according to 24/7. He had offers from Kansas, from Villanova, from Alabama, among many others who expressed interest in Jalil. I love the little I've seen on Jalil. You're my high school expert. You're the guy I go to for recruiting stuff. I just watch some highlights whenever I can. If there's live play, I'll watch it. I've not seen him live. I've only watched highlights. I think he looks like a monster and has the profile of a one and done impactful guy in college. What do you think of Jalil? Is this a good move to Miami? And what do you think of him in general?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. This dude is an explosive scorer of the basketball. Like he can score from all three levels. He's smart too. He's not like a shot chuck. He's not a volume guy. He's just a pure scorer. And I honestly love his fit too with Miami. I think that, you have the combination of explosive score, the system that Larinaga runs. Like think about like the high usageness of Isaiah Wong, and this upcoming year, probably the high usage of Nigel Pack. You put a more talented guy than those two coming in to that same system. I think that this Miami team could be very special. Also with a little bit of life wallet sprinkled in on that. And it's not just Jalil Bethea for this team. Like this Miami team has been picking up extreme like steam recruiting wise for the 2024 recruiting class. They currently have the 5th best class right now. And in the last 2 weeks, they've secured a top 100 kid and a top 40 kid. So, Larinaga still doing his thing. They got the bag down there in Miami. They got the allure of Miami and playing for the Hurricanes. But I think that he has the ability to have a really, really special freshman year and like a one and done type year with his scoring ability. So he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I am personally excited to watch it because I don't want to watch him go to Nova and ruin his career.
Okay, come on. Explosive is the word that comes to mind. I think you just said it, so I'm basically just taking the word out of your mouth. But the highlights I watched, I'm like, damn, he's a guard. Like that's how I felt watching him. I think he's going to be really, really good. And I also want to go on record and say that if I were a recruit, Miami would be very high on my list of schools I'm interested in. I think Larinaga is awesome. I love everything about him. I loved the whole fake dollar bill move he did last year, or like pulled a dollar out of the sidelines. Like clearly that's a program that has a lot of resources right now. If you're a player, you love that. It's great weather. It's great gear. It's great swag. It's great basketball right now. Like Larinaga has been putting talent on the floor. And even if they're not dominant during the season, like these teams are always a threat to overachieve in March. They've got fun players that want to come back to school that couldn't. Like it feels like everywhere else in the country, people are looking to leave it. No, people are looking to go to Miami. That's the destination school right now. And I think they deserve a ton of credit for how they're maximizing this. Like the Final Four last year was fantastic, obviously, but I think they're here to stay, man. Like I don't think this was like a flash in the pan. How did they make the Final Four? Jalil Bethea is a dude, and they got other dudes next to him.
And you combine those dudes in recruiting with the chops they're going to be able to have in the transfer portal too. Yeah. Like you combine that recruiting with that type of NIL and steam and momentum this team has, and then you bring that into the transfer portal, the next season, you can put together a really, really damn good team. And Jalil Bethea is a building block piece for a great team.
Yeah, I've always done this too. You've made fun of me for it, but I swear I can tell you whether or not a player is going to be boom or bust based on their headshot on their ESPN profile. Jalil Bethea will be one of the 3 best guards in the country. Headshot alone, he's probably like, if I did percentile rankings for every 5-star recruit in the last 20 years, Bethea's headshot is like a 99 percenter. And it's not just the high, like this dude, there's no way this dude's not an NBA guard.
Who started that like headshot narrative for you?
There was
like,
one.
Who's on the Mount Rushmore of like headshots that you knew they were going to be a guy and ended up being a guy?
It started on the opposite end of the spectrum because it was like I remember there was a recruit that hadn't hit college yet, and I was just like, there's no way this guy's a good college basketball player, just based on a headshot alone. And he busted. And I was like, wait a second, this might actually tell me something. This is a little theory. I gotta remember who it is. I'll actually dig back through like some ESPN class profiles right now, because that's the easiest way to do it. But I'll get you an example before this episode ends.
Okay, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm just saying it right now. Whenever we're recording for the 2024 season, the amount of good things and hype and Jalil Bethea jersey I'll probably have will be monumental by that time.
Yeah, 100%. I wholeheartedly agree. All right.